Gamers, I gotta tell you something. Women scare me. Especially talking to them gets me quaking in my boots. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you in particular. But let me paint a picture. You're taking a nice walk through the woods and pass by a lady. You wave and mutter out a hello, and then BAM! You're on the T app. You need to buy some Titanite shards, so you go to the shrine to buy some. You walk up to the handmaiden, and then BAM! You're being posted on the T app again. But what if on your journey to Link the Flame, you could avoid all of these terrifying interactions? Would it even be possible to do so? Let's find out if the Ashen One can take the Soul Ascender's place without talking to women. The start looks pretty similar to other starts, and I chose the Mercenary class because I like the Sellsword Twin Blades. After taking down Gundyr, I headed to the Firelink Shrine where— oh shit, it's a girl run! After teleporting out of there as quick as possible, I realized that since I can't talk to the Firekeeper, I can't level up, which is going to make my life a whole lot harder and limit a lot of my options. Nevertheless, I continue on to Vort. A familiar problem arises once more after Vort is defeated. I need the banner this lady gives me to continue, but I can't just go up and talk to her, that'd be ridiculous. If she somehow dies though, she drops the banner and I can go and pick it up, avoiding conversation entirely. I needed to be a good distance away from her when she dies though, because if I'm close enough, she has dialogue lines. But I didn't have a bow or access to one, so it's time to go back to the character creator screen. This time, I picked the Thief class. I then go about repeating everything I've done so far, but this time, I stand outside the door and pelt her with arrows. Conversation avoided. I also go back around to collect all the Titanite and Estus shards I skipped past at the high wall, as well as the one at Firelink. I also grabbed the Silver Serpent Ring, because although I won't exactly have a use for all the extra souls I'll gain, it doesn't hurt to up those numbers. Speaking of upping those numbers, if you're enjoying the run so far, feel free to drop a like or a sub to help me get to 1,000 subs.
Let's up those numbers!
Next, I go to Yol in order to get access to a couple level ups so I can use the Sellsword Twin Blades in the future. I skipped Greatwood because none of the boss soul transpositions really offered me anything of value for this run. I then go grab the Twin Blades and run over to the Farron Keep to get a bunch of small and large Titanite shards in order to get my new weapon up to +4. After that, I take out Crystal Sage and snag some Twinkling Titanite in order to upgrade another weapon I'll use later on, but I'll get to that when the time comes. Heading on to the chapel, I pick up Lloyd's Sword Ring, which gives me a damage boost when I'm full HP. I then go to the Deacons, and I don't even bother unlocking the shortcut, because I felt pretty confident I wouldn't need it. Alright, well I guess I had that coming. But on the second try, I still felt confident, and didn't bother unlocking the shortcut again. But this time it actually worked out. Now it's on to the Abyss Watchers. I figured since the biggest strat for the Watcher is just to spam backstabs on them, that it would be useful to use the Rapier, because it had a bigger critical attack stat. Unfortunately, I could only get it a +1, so even though the crit stat was better, it ended up doing 2 less damage than the Sellsword's backstab. I couldn't land a backstab in the second phase to save my life anyway, so it really didn't end up mattering too much. Making my way through the catacombs, I make sure I picked up the Karthus Milk Ring, which gives me a slight boost to dexterity. It's not much, but free stats are free stats. Then it's time for the most well-designed boss in all of DS3, Wolnir. I actually hate this boss so much. Every run I do of this game, I just hate it more and more. Like, it's actually just so lame. What if we beat a boss whose spots you have to damage are always out of reach in the air, and then one of them is also 2 pixels away from a fog that will kill you in 0.5 seconds if you step into it? Very, very cool. Moving on. Before going to Yorm, I go to the Smoldering Lake for its abundant resources to get the Twin Blades to +7. I don't know what Yorm's problem with me is, but it's like he is hell-bent on me never being able to first try him in a run. Look at this goofy-ass interaction right here. How does that whiff? It goes right through his face. I somehow was able to save this attempt, and for once, I actually first tried Yorm for a video. I didn't struggle on Pontiff for as long as I usually do, which is a welcome change, and then I headed to Aldrich. I all but solved the Aldi fight at this point, so I didn't bother getting the shortcut and easily took him down. But now I get to Dancer. There is one singular problem that I have with Dancer. The double water sword swipe in phase 2 is actually so bullshit. I swear I have a 99% fail rate when it comes to dodging it. It's so fast, and I I don't get why it does so much damage. Why does the fastest move one-shot me? I get that my health isn't leveled up, but other moves that are slower don't one-shot me. I don't know, but after my level -89 run, I just get Vietnam flashbacks every time I see it. It took a fair amount of struggling, but eventually I got it done. Now it's on to DSA, where my lack of damage is starting to show, and I don't even hit for yellow anymore. After a couple of failed attempts, I figured it was time to pull out All Reliable, the Irithyll Straight Sword. This was the reason I was picking up those Twinkling Titanites earlier. DSA and the rest of the bosses left to fight are weak to Frost, which the Irithyll Straight Sword procs. With this, I was able to take down both DSA and the Twin Princes with a fair bit of ease, although I did have a fairly close call with my last attempt on DSA. Even though I was practically level 0, the Straight Sword and the Frost procs actually melted Cinder, leading to a pretty easy victory. All there was left was to link the flame and celebrate the fact that, yes, you are in fact able to beat Dark Souls 3 without talking to a woman. Truly a massive victory for Dark Souls fans everywhere.